shall we start with Get Him to the Greek, which is the latest film to attempt to harness on the big screen the comic power of Russell Brand. So essentially, he's reprising the rock star role, the Older Snow role, from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And the story is that he was a famous rock star, now washed up after having made some spectacularly poor records, including African Child. And now a record company executive decided that one of the ways to get his records selling again is to take him back to the Greek theatre where he famously did Older Snow live at the Greek and get him to do a big gig as an anniversary, repackage everything, resell everything. So basically the setup is, can we get him to the Greek? It kind of does what it says in the packet. Here's a clip.
NME said that African Child was the most detrimental thing to happen to black culture since the Rodney King beatings.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I read in Rolling Stone that African Child came third behind famine and war as the thing that had been most damaging to African life.
I find that hard to believe, but they say any press is good press, right? I mean,
come on, mate. You know, open up.
It seems as if on your last album, you kind of went in the studio and just did whatever the producer asked you to do.
Right. Yeah, no, that's exactly. This is good.
Aldous Snow needs to be 2 guitars, a bass, and a drum kit in his incredible voice.
Vocals,
and that's
yes.
it. And that's what
Yes.
you want to hear. That's what I love. That's what all your fans love. It's just, you know, every artist just has one album that's just not good, and that's it.
What do you know?
I'm sorry. Look, I don't know what I'm talking about.
What you did was very spiteful, but it was also very brave and very honest, and I respect you for doing that, but the content of what you said has made me hate you. So there's a layer of respect, admittedly, for your truthfulness, peppered with hate. Hateful respect.
Is that the whole film?
No, that was only a 50 clip. It just
Felt like hours.
did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was one of the funnier moments.
Oh, well, that bodes
No,
well then.
okay. Well, look, here's the thing. In the times that it works, that for me was one of the times that the film worked. It appeared to be, you know, Russell Brand and Jonah Hill doing shtick that sounds very sort of, you know, made up and sounds.
He's
like the
just
kind-
playing Russell Brand. isn't
Russell
he?
Brand. And somebody said, there's one review of it that said that, you know, who knew that if you got all the Brit rock star cliches together and put them into one person, you got Russell Brand. I mean, Russell Brand's, you know, clearly very smart, and I actually communicate. He's, you know, intelligent and funny, and Bookie Wook is a lot funnier and a lot more intelligent than some people gave it credit for. The problem is it's quite hard to harness that over the length of a sort of 90-minute movie. And so what happens is you get these individual scenes in which he does that thing which he does well, and he is very good at playing an English rocker. I mean, we're not in Spinal Tap territory. Spinal Tap still remains fairly hard to reach in terms of rock pastiche because it's such a masterpiece. The times that this succeeds is when he's doing some of the songs that are so bad they might actually have been genuine rock hits, like Bangers, Beans and Mash, and a song called The Clap, and, you know, The African Child Trapped Inside Me, and all that sort of stuff. Actually, those song pastiches are rather well done in the manner of the Rottles and the manner of Spinal Tap, and I like that stuff about it. And the individual scenes with him and Jonah Hill work quite well, but there isn't any real narrative to speak of other than that he has to go and get him, and he has to get him on a plane and get him to the Greek. Then en route it becomes planes, trains and automobiles because he keeps going off, taking drugs, doing stuff, running around, you know, having parties, falling out with previous friends. And meanwhile the show is being stolen quietly by people like Rose Byrne playing his estranged wife, and there's cameo roles like Puff Daddy, who's not called Puff Daddy anymore, P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Coombs, as the record company boss, who's on screen for about sort of 5 minutes. All these people are, you know, very, very happy to be in on the joke, and their presence is passingly funny. But I came out at the end of it thinking, well, I did laugh. I mean, I did laugh a few times, 5, 6 maybe, and I wanted to laugh more because I do think Russell Brand is genuinely funny, and he is the funniest thing in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And the idea of taking that character, who's essentially an incidental character in a bigger movie, turning it into something else, building a whole vehicle around him, well, it sort of sounds promising. I mean, bear in mind, the Pink Panther movies, you know, Inspector Clouseau was a secondary character in the original Pink Panther movie. The whole idea of Clouseau then becoming actually the central character is something that developed out of A Shot in the Dark. So it is entirely possible for spin-offs to make perfect sense. The problem with Get Him to the Greek is that it's not awful, it's not bad, it's quite funny in places, but it's rambling and shambling and ill-disciplined and nothing like as funny as it needs to be. And if you compare it, for example, with, you know, you think of classic comedies like Sleeper, or, you know, the old Woody Allens from 1970s, which was sort of slapstick and knockabout and bawdy and, you know, rude in that way and intelligent it doesn't have anything like the consistent laugh factor. That said, I saw it in a fairly packed screening, and there was a section of the audience that was laughing pretty much all the way through. And so at least one section of the audience was enjoying it, but about 2/3
Why would they have enjoyed it and the rest of them? Were they a particular demographic? Were they particularly younger? Were they what?
They seemed to me, I mean, I wasn't looking, you only hear them, but they seemed to me to be laughing like 15-year-old boys.
So we're back on that again.
Well, no, because I don't know, because I didn't go up and ask them afterwards. So, you know, I saw.
Well, were they 15-year-old boys?
I don't know. I didn't card them.
Well, you could have asked them.
What? So somebody laughs at a joke. So stand up. Sorry, excuse me. Who are you? Fill in this card. I want to know who you are and why you found that joke funny. I was just saying, giving the movie the benefit of the doubt. About 1/3 of the audience laughed consistently. The other 2/3 of the audience seemed to feel about it the same way as I did, which was there are moments of comedy. One of which, incidentally, was that scene that I just played you, which you then looked at me with eye-rolling blankness, like, why are you playing me this? So
it was all right. It just went on a little bit, that's all.
Well, there we go. And that's my review of the film.